Is your business attracting leads but having trouble closing the deal? In this video, we're going to cover seeking alignment with your sales process in order to close deals more effectively. What do we mean by seeking alignment? Well, your clients have problems or things that they're trying to achieve, right? And you have services or products that fulfill that. So picture kind of a Venn diagram where those two things overlap. That's what we mean by seeking alignment. The more that you can do that, and the better that you can clarify your solution as the solution to the problem that they're having, the more naturally you'll close the deal. All right, so question one, who is the target demographic? Think about who your audience is, who the core of that audience is that you're really trying to talk with. Okay, if you haven't done buyer personas, this would be a fantastic time to do that. You should have done that yesterday. Okay, but envisioning those, can really help you, have a conversation rather than just talking at them, so to speak, through your messaging, your verbiage that you use in your marketing. So by having that more natural conversation, it's going to flow more easily. You're going to think about things in terms of questions that they have and how you can answer that, objections that they could potentially have to using your company or to using a solution like what you have in general, at all. It could be that you offer a service and there's perhaps a product that they could use instead of the service, or a different type of service, whether maybe you're kind of a holistic full service offering and they could get somebody that's more of a specialist. Well, it really depends, what are their needs. So really helping to align all that and keep that in mind as you're talking with them, again, can help clarify when your solution is the best. And in those cases, making sure that you can then close the deal. So now that you've thought about your target demographic, the next thing, what is your sales process? Okay. What steps go between a client first knowing that you exist and closing the deal? What happens in between there? Do you offer a free consultation? Do you have a free trial? Maybe if you're a SaaS company, do you do a demonstration? What are you doing to help convince them that they should do business with you? Those are the steps that you need to outline. Okay. And are you following up? Maybe if you do have a consultation, is there an email or a phone call or something that happens afterward to take them to the next step? What happens? So you really need to outline that and really need to do that in as much detail as possible. I mean, some sales processes could have 2 or 3 steps. Some of them have 8, 9, 12. I mean, it really depends on what's being purchased as far as, just sheer dollar amount, what the involvement means. If you're vetting, an IT company that's going to help your office, keep your network running smoothly and all that good. That's pretty heavily involved. You're probably going to take a little more time with that versus, buying, new mice or a mouse pad or, something that's a smaller purchase. So that definitely dictates, a lot, it really has a lot to do with how involved your sales process can be. But make sure that you get those documented out, because then what that allows you to do is, as you're tracking this in your CRM, and you should be using a CRM, which is a customer relationship management software process. You should have all your customers tracked in that, right? And if you're using a good CRM, HubSpot has a free one that's just fine to start with. If you don't really have anything else in particular that you're gearing towards, or that you're leaning towards rather, you should be able to then in your CRM outline those steps and see which clients are at which step in your funnel. So that way you can see, hey, if we've got a bunch of them stacking up here that are kind of stagnant, okay, well then there's a problem, right? Something's gone wrong with that. So we need to then determine what's going wrong and how to fix it. And that way you don't have this pain point or this kind of stopgap in your funnel. Because if you have stopgaps, then that's that's money that's not coming in the door. So you put time into those leads and then they're not converting. So you're wasting your time, your sales staff's time, you're wasting the prospect's time. Now not everything's going to convert at 100%, and that's not our goal here, right? But of those who do have that alignment between what you offer and what their needs are, making sure that you convert as many of those as possible is our goal. All right, so we've done target demographic, sales process. Next would be, how do you provide value to your prospects? Again, this can be part of the sales process. Maybe once they schedule, or express interest in a free consultation, maybe you send them a short video, or you send them an article, some sort of learning resource, or something that explains more about what the options that they have for their specific needs are. And again, that helps kind of clarify or helps them, naturally themselves determine, oh, hey, yeah, it sounds like, ABC company really could be a good fit for us, or that's actually not so much what we're looking for, thanks, but we're going to go in a different direction. And that way you don't spend further time on something that it wasn't going to work out to begin with. So, it helps clarity on your end, it helps clarity on their end, and that's important. Make sure that you find some way to provide value to your clients, whether it's education, whether it's, sometimes people offer coupons or discounts, different things like that. Whatever you'd like to do, provide value in some way. How you do that, okay, provide value that is appropriate, providing something that your prospects actually want, is you have to be aware of their awareness level. So in thinking about the awareness level of a typical prospect, you have all the way from unaware, where they may not even know that the problem exists or that that's something that could happen to them, okay, all the way up to they are aware of your company's offering specifically, and that's the route that they're looking to go. So let's cover that in more detail. All right, so the different steps are unaware, again, they don't even really know what's going on, to pain or problem aware, which means that they do realize that there is a need. There is something that they need to do something about in order to either prevent something bad from happening or keep a good thing going. From there, they become solution aware. What solution aware means, the difference between that and just being problem aware. Problem aware is, again, you understand there's a pain point, you're not sure what to do about it. Solution aware means, okay, you've done your research, okay, you found what the different options are. Again, maybe it's a product, maybe it's a local service, maybe it's a national service. There's all different kinds of options depending upon what it is that you're looking for, okay? And then within that, they're trying to then narrow down to the type that will work best for them. Hopefully, this is where you come in, okay? And so again, the ones who've kind of brought down the funnel so far, and they're narrowing down, more and more as they become more aware. They're narrowing down what those potential solutions are. If you are still in, what's left in that kind of core circle there, then what you want to happen is you want to make sure that they are product aware, that they are aware of your company and what you offer. So if they are actively searching for desk chairs and you're a desk chair manufacturer or retailer, you want to make sure that your name comes up, that your product comes up, okay? And that's where they're becoming aware of your company. So depending upon, what level of awareness they have when they first come into contact with you, that's how you can then determine what to provide. Okay, would it be a guide to office furniture? Different types of chairs. Maybe there's rolling chairs, high back chairs, mid back chairs, ergonomic chairs, all different kinds of chairs, right? So maybe that's what they need. They're needing that education because they have the problem. Hey, we need some furniture. We need places for people to sit. Okay, it needs to be comfortable. It needs to be, match our interior decor, all this good stuff. All the way up to, oh, hey, well, we know that Serta makes great chairs, or we know that we like to shop at Office Depot. They're narrowing down, and that's when they're coming to you potentially. So depending upon what their awareness level is, again, that helps you figure out what type of value to provide. All right, next, needs finding. How do you determine what their needs are? Do you have, again, if you have a free consultation, that can be a fantastic way because that gives you the opportunity to ask questions. If not, how are you figuring this out? Do you have a questionnaire or a survey or something maybe on your website? Do you run a poll on social media? What are you doing to determine, again, what that kind of Venn diagram overlap is? So it's very important to make sure that you're getting that information and that you have a data sample size that's large enough to really be meaningful and have an impact in your marketing. It could be, say you're a startup and you've got 3 clients. It could be that 1 or 2 of those are kind of on the fringe. Maybe the things that they're needing aren't really typical, and that can kind of throw your marketing off if you keep trying to market to things that aren't as common, within that industry, within that niche. That can end up being a waste of your advertising money. So you want to make sure that you get a decent sample size, and you want to make sure that not only quantity, but you have quality as well. Make sure you ask some thorough questions. Okay, you want to do some needs probing. You want to find out what the root issues are, and that way you can help them as much as possible, and they can get the most value out of using your service or product. All right, let's review. how can we spend less time on prospects that are not going to work out and be able to then free up more resources to spend on clients who do have a strong likelihood of success? Well, we want to make sure that demographic that we're targeting is as specific as possible. We want to have a sales process that pulls those that do have alignment further down the funnel by providing value, right? But we also want to make sure that we weed out fairly early those that don't have alignment. So again, if you're offering an education piece or giving them some better insight in what their options are, you want to make sure that you're not just saying anything and everything to pull people towards you. You want to attract those that are going to be a good fit and are going to then give you good reviews when the work is finished or when they've used the product. And you want to make sure that you are not trying to we don't want to say no to anybody and that kind of thing. That's not going to help you very much because that's not going to work out as well. You're not going to get reviews from them. Reviews is going to be bad, most likely. Okay, just being real here. So you want to make sure that you are kind of weeding out those that do not have as good of alignment. I'm Clint TP with Nexus Growth Coaching. If you learned something today, please let us know in the comments. If you're viewing this on our website, go ahead and click on the view on YouTube and go there. Okay, like, subscribe. Really appreciate that. If you'd like hear some more content like this, we really like to keep sharing with you. Yeah, leave some comments. Let us know what you thought. Thank you.